Hi guys, I'm sorry. I'm back. It takes a long time for me to get connected. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of Mercury retrograde. I think Mercury just went direct, if I'm not mistaken. So I shouldn't be having issues. It could be my internet service. Um, Hopefully we don't have any more hiccups. As you come in, please like the chat. Okay, so I'm blessing the space. I am calling in Archangel Michael to protect this space, to protect me, my followers, my viewers, and subscribers. I call in on Archangel Michael to protect this space, to protect me, my subscribers, my viewers, and followers. Okay, so I apologize. Earlier, there was some sort of issue with the audio. You guys can hear me. Hopefully, you can hear me now. If there's any issues, please let me know. Give me a heads up, okay? Once again, I apologize. I'm trying to work around technical issues as best as possible. Everything should be fine. My internet is up to date as far as my bill. There's no lagging. I don't share a network. I have a dedicated line. So I'm not sure why there's any issues with me staying connected or you guys hearing me. I don't know if it's a YouTube thing, but let's just pray that I can complete this live without any more interruptions. As you come in, please like the chat and thank you so much for viewing. I appreciate your time. About your Just wait for some people to jump in. So it says 3 people, well, 2 people now. Okay, there you guys go. Please like the chat as you come in. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate y'all. See if I have a thank you. Thank y'all and thank you. I have to run to my car. My phone's about to die, and I just realized I left my charger. Let's see. Oh, it's doing the connection thing again. I don't know if this is going to work for tonight. Unstable, but it's hard for me to really gauge what you guys see on your end. I'm on my phone just to kind of see, and let me see. It's buffering. There's some people. Well, 2 people now. It's buffering. Please like the chat as you come in. Is it buffering for you guys? Back on if it's going to get too much issues. I'm going to announce the giveaway winners at the end of the week. Okay. So if you're all right. So I was talking about thought patterns, and I was talking about how it is important to make sure that your mind and your heart are aligned when it comes to manifesting. And one easy way to manifest is saying affirmations. And I was talking about how sometimes because we may say something like, I'm lovable or I'm abundant, but then we don't truly believe it. So it's important for us to look at the thought patterns and what makes us feel like we are not lovable or not abundant. Okay. finding the root, right? Finding the root and resolving those issues of lack or fear, whatever is causing us to believe something that may not be true. Feeling unattractive or feeling unpretty or feeling unloved may not be true. Hi. Hi, Henny. Hi, Daria's mom. Okay, thank you guys. I'm just waiting on a few more people to join. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, how it is for you guys on your end. So it is important for you guys to get in alignment with what we are affirming. Affirmations are reminders, right? So I said before I got caught off in the first chat that I struggle patterns because I could be having a very good day, very positive, optimistic day, and one thing can trigger me and get me to spiral into a negative thought pattern that stems from a place of feeling unworthy. A lot of the times, unworthiness or fear of success or fear of failure that manifests itself through lack consciousness, right? So most of the time, what we'll do is we'll have a lot of doubts, and what it does is it causes a lot of confusion. It causes you to not be very clear about what it is you're trying to manifest, and it's super, super important to be very clear. So let's just say you have a fear, right? Let's say you've been through a few bad breakups and there's somebody you really like. This person's offering you, this person is courting you, let's say. You're kind of reluctant. You're taking things slow, but you're kind of closed off because you have a thought pattern, that has programmed you to think that you're going to be rejected, right? And what happens when you have these fears of rejection? You may be with this person and this person may be doing all the right things, but let's just say this person's really busy and this person doesn't call you as much as you would like them to. And you start to assume the worst. You start to assume that they're cheating, that they're lying, they're being deceptive, not realizing that this is stemming from your own fears and insecurities. And then what happens is you start to self-sabotage or sabotage in general the connection due to your own fears. Now, one affirmation that you may tell yourself is, I am worthy, I am lovable, or something to convince yourself that you're not going to be rejected. But here's the thing. If you have been programmed to think a certain way for, let's say, 10 years, you've been thinking a certain way, saying an affirmation is not going to take away those feelings. Now, saying an affirmation is a reinforcement, awakening of that pattern. And an awakening just means that you need to be aware of it. A lot of times we're not able to fix or heal certain things about us because we're not even aware that we're doing a certain thing or that we're behaving a certain way. Sometimes we don't know that it's a pattern until there's something that triggers an awareness. So let's just say you've always been a certain way. You've always pushed men away. You've always been very guarded, very frank, very harsh. And then you have my example of something that I used to do. So then you start to hear from the other person that they stepped away, or they start to give you clues, or there's clarity surrounding the fact that they pulled away or they weren't as I gave attention. But remember, if you are guarded and you are very harsh or cold or detached, you're putting out a signal, okay, through the law of attraction that you are not interested, right? The other person picks up these vibes. They negative toxic pattern, right, of mirroring, runner chaser dynamic. Why? Because you're triggered by something, right? And that triggering is what we are trying to heal. Now, I'm bringing this up because this is important because it affects your affirmation. Now, if we're talking about love, because I know a lot of you guys like to watch tarot videos because of love, right? And let's just say you are trying to manifest new love, right? But deep down inside of you, you're low-key scared, right? You're low-key scared to open up to someone else. But when you do meet that new person, or you do get courted by other suitors, you create a barrier or a wall that does not allow this person to get in because you're fearing vulnerable. You don't want to be vulnerable, right? Because you've been hurt. Now, what that is technically it is your heart chakra being blocked, and it manifests itself as emotional unavailability. Now, what will happen is you'll tend to attract people with these same traits within themselves because, again, they're going to mirror back what you are feeling on the internal, right? So they'll mirror back this energy back to you. Then you'll feel unsafe. You'll feel like, okay, this person they don't seem too interested. And then you'll start to behave a certain way and they'll pick up the vibe and then they'll be like, well, I don't think she's interested. It just becomes this, pattern of you guys program your mind to believe that it's because it's something you did wrong or there's something that you're lacking. Attracting new love, you must first process and tackle the insecurities and fears that you have within. Does this mean that you have to heal 100% completely? No. It means that you have to have an awareness of your patterns so that you can avoid relationships or yourself. You can avoid getting in your own way, or you can avoid negating what you are trying to bring in for yourself. You don't want to manifest an unavailable person. You don't want to manifest a person that's non-committal because you are putting out the vibes that you're non-committal. You must have an alignment with heart and mind, so that you can pull in what it is that you are desiring. If you are desiring a commitment, you must address any commitment issues within yourself. And if you find that you do have non-committal patterns, you must address them and you must be very open and honest about them. And then you must investigate why you have those issues. Why are you non-committal? And me saying non-committal is closed off, guarded trust issues, right? Because you're not going to ever fully commit to someone with trust issues. It doesn't add up. You're not going to give 100%, even though we like to say I gave my all, I gave 100%. You don't really give 100% if you're guarded, if you're protecting your heart. That means you're not opening up, not being vulnerable. You're not allowing real intimacy to take place. So it's very important for you guys to really tackle the patterns or be aware of them so that you can properly affirm and say your affirmations with the intent of believing and of them coming true, right? And for that to happen, you must be completely clear about your negative patterns, and that will initiate a process of healing them, and it will prevent them from creating obstacles or blocks in what you're trying to bring in for yourself. Okay. Let me know if that's making sense. Wow. A lot of people, hey, okay, it's buffering. I can hear truth. You feel that way? Yes. Hey, everybody. Hey, Kezia. Hey, Quita. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys. I wasn't sure if it was. Let's keep it simple. Heart, mind, alignment. What's your heart desire versus what does your desiring more money for manifestation purposes, right? You want to manifest more money. I should say I shouldn't say for manifestation, but I meant to say for abundant purposes, like anything that has to do with your abundance, right? More money to pay bills, more money to be stable, more money to be comfortable, more money to feel safe, right? More money to provide for your family. Whatever the intent, you must first make sure that your heart lines up with your mind. A good example is you're working at a job, you're unhappy, but it pays the bills, right? But guess what? You are sacrificing your happiness just so you can pay your bills. So there's a misalignment there. So what will happen is you will have this job and you'll always live paycheck to paycheck. You will always be trying to make ends meet because there's a misalignment in whatever you're trying to manifest. So let's just say you're trying to manifest funds to go on a big, it's stable, and you're staying because it's safe and because you're too fearful of trying something new. Now, because you are putting out those vibes of fear-based thinking, well, what happened is you will attract more of the same problems that will perpetuate the fear-based thinking, right? Thus creating a pattern. So this is why it's so important that you start with aligning the mind and the heart. What do I desire? What do I need? What do I want? What do I feel? What do I think? Right? Like, what do I think as far as what do I feel? What do I think as far as what do I want? What do I think as far as what do I desire? There needs to be some sort of balance when it comes to being in alignment, with your head and your heart. Sometimes you are going to be pushed in the direction of making head over heart decisions where it is where it's needed for you to be a little bit more logical. And this is when you're too much in your emotions, and other times it will be the opposite. Now, even if you are pushed to be more logical, there's still going to need to be a balance there, because you are going to need to be clear. And clarity comes when there is balance, when there's serenity, and when there's inner peace. If there is too much clutter, too much fluctuating, that it will be hard for you to pinpoint what it is that you want. The clearer you are, the faster you bring in what you're trying to manifest. So we want to make sure that we are very solid and sound in our thinking. We want to make sure that we are acknowledging and addressing any negative patterns, specifically thought patterns that may negate what you're trying to do. I'll go back to that example of I want to manifest new love, right? You must be in alignment. Pardon me. You must be in alignment. That was a long yawn. You must be in alignment. So if you are trying to manifest new love, you must be completely clear that you're ready for it. A lot of times we'll say, I want to manifest a new love, a new relationship. Low key, we're not even ready, right? Low key, we're still stuck on the ex, or we're still hurting, or we're still doubting, or we're still loathing, or we're still feeling rejected. So there needs to be an alignment and clarity before you initiate the affirmation process, because we don't want it to be. Let me tell you a story. Back in I used to hate the concept of affirmations. Why? Because I used to always feel like I was being inauthentic. And this is just me on an individual basis, because I used to say affirmations, but I never felt comfortable, because I felt like I was trying to convince myself of something that was a lie, right? Let's just say I'm trying to tell myself I'm happy, but I'm not happy. So I didn't like the idea of trying to convince myself of being happy when I knew that I wasn't, right? So what I realized in the process of me addressing the fact that I didn't want to try to convince myself of something that wasn't true, what I found was the problem was not just the convincing, the happy, right? And once I started to tackle the why, the what and the why, I was able to understand why the affirmation was needed. I started to look at the affirmation not as me trying to convince myself of a lie, but more as me reinforcing something that I do know innately about myself, right? That I just may have forgotten due to an event or an experience, right? That may have clouded my vision. So we want to make sure that we're focused on addressing and being in a good mental space, because we don't want to just be spewing out, I am going to do this, I'm going to be rich. And because it's not going to happen, because there needs to be both. There needs to be a balance of both heart and mind in order to activate the process. It's just like I always say, the internal negates, or dictates rather the external. So internally, I have to feel and believe what it is that I'm trying to affirm or essentially manifest for myself. So let's do a few manifestations, or let's talk about some things that you guys struggle with, or affirmations that you tell yourself, because you'll know what your issue is based on what you're affirming. So if you're saying that I deserve love, then you will know, or there will be an identification of the word deservingness, right? I deserve love. The word deserve is there because there may be a lack, or there may be some sort of issue with feeling deservingness. You will know if you are affirming, I want to manifest more money, right? Or if you're manifesting money or abundance, that means that you felt some sort of lack. You're not going to affirm and ask for something you already have. That's just not how it works. Tangibly have, or something you don't tangibly feel. So you need to make sure that you're very clear, your heart and mind is aligned, and that you're addressing the issue, or why you're affirming whatever it is that you're affirming, why you're repeating, being repetitive, saying things consecutively. Why? Because you are trying to convince or program yourself, but not of a lie. You're just trying to awaken the part of you that knows innately that whatever you're affirming, you can have and you can achieve. Okay? Let me see what you guys are saying. Yes, Dari Mom says this is true. I could be guarded. Yes, a lot of times. Guardedness, being guarded is another thing. Like I said, even if you're manifesting a new job, if you fear failure, if you fear rejection, there's going to be a disconnect there. I want a new job, but then deep down inside, you're fearing being rejected. You're fearing that your application won't be accepted, or you're fearing that you go to the job interview and they're not going to like you, right? So we need to understand how that affects our manifestations, because remember, the intent, the seed is always going to be starting from the mind. And if your mind is programmed to believe that you're not going to succeed, how is your external or reality going to show up for you? It's going to reflect what you feel on the inside, no matter what you're saying out of your mouth. So that's why I keep making a point to say hearts and mind alignment, keeping that very simple, because I just want you to think about heart as what you feel, what you desire, and your mind as what you think. Okay, and what you see. You may have experienced a lot of rejection, and you may in your mind believe that you're always going to be rejected. The affirmation is reprogramming you to see that that's not true, because innately you are deserving of better treatment. So basically what the affirmation is doing is reprogramming you, but at the same time showing you why you feel that way, right? In a way, you're gonna be pushed towards taking accountability of things if you do it correctly. If I write in my book, like I've been writing in my book, right, different manifestations, right, I have this feeling a lack of something. What's going to happen is whatever I feel or whatever I focus on, I'm going to attract more of that, more of the same. This is why affirmations are here, so that it can break those patterns and get you comfortable with creating new patterns that are more favorable and more positive, instead of you staying in a perpetual pattern of I'm going to get hurt, I'm going to get cheated on, I'm not good enough, I'm too fat, right? The affirmation comes in to reprogram that and say, no, you are good enough, you are beautiful, you are deserving, right? So it's really important that we understand the power of affirmations. But part of that is understanding the heart-mind connection, okay? And understanding how crucial it is in order for us to bring things in. And a lot of times we don't pay attention enough, but we are manifesting, but sometimes we don't pay attention enough of what's being manifested. Okay? It's a catch-22. Letting your guard down, it's being open and then getting hurt. How do you get past this or past that? Wow, good question. So so give me an affirmation. What would be an affirmation you would use, Q? Like what would you use in order for you to get past feeling guarded? Because we're talking about manifestation, right? And let's just say you're wanting to manifest a new love, and part of your manifestation or what you're trying to manifest is healing, right? I want to heal so that I can manifest new love. Now, part of manifesting anything new in your life is you must be open to it. So how do you get past, being guarded? Well, what will happen is the universe will show you more of the same, right? The universe will keep reflecting back the internal until you get tired of it, right? You have a choice to either reprogram it or you do it so much to where you get tired of feeling that way. So reprogramming your mind would be being open, open to new experiences. I will not let the past prevent me. But you would have to program yourself and remind yourself that, hey, it's okay to be open to something new. I don't always have to be in this energy of feeling like I'm going to get hurt, right? Let me know if I'm buffering. Let me know. You guys, can you hear me? Am I buffering? I was buffering for a second. Let me know. Let me run and grab my charger. I'm back, you guys. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay. Am I buffering? No one's saying I'm buffering. Okay, good. So I'm not buffering. Now, we're going to talk about, I'm bringing this up because I know that a lot of you guys have been successful. And remember, because a lot of times you manifest stuff and you don't even realize you're manifesting stuff. So it's really important for you guys to pay attention to what you're affirming. I just ran downstairs and came back upstairs. I had to run down some stairs. So if I'm breathing heavy, it's because I just went outside real quick. Affirmations are not always positive. Affirmation, again, like I was stating earlier, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Most of the time, we are saying negative affirmations. right? So if you're not mindful of your thoughts and your patterns, you may be affirming something very negative for yourself, such as, I'm broke. How many of you guys have ever said, I'm broke? How many of you guys have ever made that statement? I'm broke. Child, I'm broke. Girl, I'm broke. Man, I'm broke. How many of you guys have ever said that? How many of you guys have ever said, I'm ugly? Or anything negative? Wow, look. We have daughter personal healing and happiness. And we have daughter romance in reverse. How many of you guys have said that? And we have the bottom of the deck, healer of the ages. So we have a lot of you guys are needing to heal your thoughts. I'm telling you, I can't make this up. The thinking woman in reverse. Daughter romance, a delay in a new beginning in love. A delay, you have a new beginning being open here for you to heal and you to find happiness. But the thoughts are negating what you're trying to bring in. Because like I said, I felt a lot of you guys outside of financial things, a lot of you guys are trying to manifest love, new love. That's why I brought it up as an example. This is a new love card. This is opening up the door for new love, but it's reversed. And part of that is because there needs to be some sort of healing and some sort of balance and commitment. Now, here's the thing. You're thinking, okay, the thinking woman in reverse, it is what is preventing this new beginning from taking place. And I'm talking to myself too, okay? Now, there could be a delay because I don't see the chat moving. So I don't know if there's a delay. Hey, Angela Santana, how are you, boo? If I didn't say hello. If I missed you, hi, everybody. I may have missed a few people that jumped in and said hello. All right, so let's put a card on daughter, personal happiness and healing. So I was talking about making those, saying negative affirmation. How can we avoid that? How can we avoid negative affirmations? Clarify daughter, personal healing and happiness. See? So what's preventing you from walking into this door of healing and happiness? Look at what Spirit is saying. What's preventing you from walking through these doors is limitations and fears. And what is perpetuating these limitations and fears is the way you think. Thinking woman, be in a state of negative thinking. Clarify thinking woman in reverse. Why is she reverse? Boom. Didn't I not talk about negative patterns? My deck is upside down. Didn't I not talk about negative thought patterns? There you go. Just so you can see that I'm in alignment to what Spirit wants me to talk about. Thinking woman in toxic patterns. So there is a feeling very negative. Okay. And what is this door of romance and why is it reversed? Why is there a delay? Or why is this door closing? Why does it feel like it's closing on our parents watching this video? Stalemate, avoidance. Yeah, avoiding a stalemate in a new beginning. Avoiding because of their thoughts. There needs to be healing. Clarify, healer of the ages. There needs to be healing. Self-love. Spirit has come through, Spirit. When you do that, there is going to be some sort of reunion or a connection with someone. Okay? So that's the bottom of the deck. There needs to be a reunion with self. I feel like for me, this is self. Yeah. I mean, this for some of you, this could be an actual reunion, but again, we have lots of doubts. So since Spirit wants to talk about love, let's focus on love a little bit in this particular. Hey, Latoya. Yes, absolutely. Thank y'all for saying something because I wasn't sure if you guys was following. So see how this is lining up, and it could just be because there's a big delay. We have daughter, personal healing and happiness. We have limitations and fears, right? And we have thinking woman, toxic thought patterns. The thoughts are very toxic. And what's preventing this new beginning from taking place? We have avoidance. You're avoiding a new beginning. Why are you avoiding a new beginning? Because your thoughts are very negative. You don't believe you're good enough. You may not believe you're ready. You may believe you're not pretty enough. You may believe that you're going to be rejected. You may believe that you're going to get hurt. You may believe that no one wants you. You may believe that you're not rich enough, you're not stable enough, you don't dress good enough. Whatever it is that you believe, those thoughts, some of those thoughts are negative. Now, I'm not talking to all of you guys, obviously. Some of you guys are really working hard, staying positive. But for the ones that are still in the space of negativity, this is, showing up for you. And Spirit is saying for the overall energy, what you need to do is practice more self-love and set more positive intentions. So when I talk about sowing seeds, I always talk about intent. I always correlate the word seeds with intent. Now, last time we did the manifestation ritual, you guys planted seeds, right? And it was 444. And that one was titled 444. And that was an abundance ritual that I did in love. And the Venus candle was beautiful. It burned down beautifully. The earth candle burned out even better than the Venus candle. So the earth candle that I did was to ground you guys, to bring in stability, work, bring in balance in your financial or material sector of your life. And that Venus candle was to perpetuate self-love and to invite more love and more harmony into your environment. And then I did the sun candle, which was the last one to burn. And that one was to bring in new vigor for life, optimism, joy, happiness, anything that's related to the sun. But for the most part, this was to help to bring in clarity and to cultivate more love, joy, and optimism. Because remember, the intent with that manifestation we did last Monday was to plant seeds of good intent and to watch them grow. And whatever your intention is, whatever the seed was, your intent or intention is to watch it grow in a positive way. And the intent was also so that we can spread these seeds so everybody else can have a piece of the abundance, because we don't want to hoard the energy, right? We want to tap in. And a lot of people were very successful with what they were trying to manifest. Now, Spirit is bringing up these 2 3s here. And we have at the bottom. So let's look at what these 3s. Now, immediately you guys may be thinking, oh, third party. What I'm seeing here is that there's a block to a reunion. There's a block to a new. I'm not really looking at this as third party. There could be a third party involved for some of you guys, but I'm really looking at this as there is a delay to your ships coming. I think I'm buffering. Let me know. I feel like I'm buffering again. Okay, some people say buffering. Some people say I'm good. Okay. I think I'm good now. From my end, it looks like I'm good. So this is, 3 of Wands, waiting, ships coming in, goals being met, but it's reversed. So this means that there's a block. And block is in your abundance and your joy and celebrating something. Reunion for some of you guys, because this is really talking about love here. Somebody, the door to romance, or door to something that's going to bring in a lot of love or romance is being blocked. Bottom of the deck. Guys, yeah, we have third eye. We have clarity. You got to be clear. And that's important. And karma. Ooh. Something. Ooh. So there's going to be some clarity about balancing out karma. And that's so funny about a contract, because it's right here. The scales. Somebody's going to, it's like once the Spirit is saying, once you are clear, that's when you get this good karma. That's when you get this celebration, this happiness. When you are clear, when you can see something. What is needing to be seen with this third eye, please? Wow. You need to see that you are causing your own confusion and illusions. About what? We have the Spirit guides are trying to help you in regards to a union. And right under union, we have masculine. Okay. Is this about the, yeah, we have self-worth. And we have, so someone needs clarity to see your worth, strength. We have renewal, and then we have wish fulfillment. Okay, so they're bringing this up because this stems into this affirmation. How many of you guys wrote down affirmations in your manifestation books about love, about new love, or reconnecting with someone? Raise your hand if you're a new beginning in love. Let me know, because this is important. Okay, this is coming up because some of you guys are still in this negative thinking